It's that time. The tickets won't be handed out until Friday, but tonight, dozens of people are already lining up near Memorial Coliseum, hoping to score at least a seat to Big Blue Madness.
At least that. The annual event, which is next month, gives fans their first look at this year's UK basketball team. This afternoon, Sam Smith talked to some of the people now in line for tickets.
There's about 100 people out here waiting for tickets, and they've brought their chairs and umbrellas, and some folks are waiting until later tonight to break out the camping gear. Ticket distribution for Big Blue Madness starts Friday. UK officials asked fans to hold off from camping outside Memorial Coliseum until Wednesday at 5 a.m. But fans are lined up across the street right now. I talked to a man from Russell County and a woman from Nicholasville. They camp out for these tickets every year. They say it's something they don't want to miss.
It gets better and better every year. We got tents and we got blankets, we got air mattresses, and hope we can get us a good low arena seat.
You just get to see what the players are going to bring to the season, and that's really exciting to me. But I kind of look forward to Matthew Mitchell's dance. I love it. He's so funny.
Big Blue Madness is set for October 16th at Rupp Arena. In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Okay, with the area around Memorial Coliseum under construction, UK leaders say space will be limited for fans wanting to line up before tickets are handed out. So they're encouraging fans to go through Ticketmaster to get tickets.
They'll be playing with heavy hearts. The latest from university leaders at Eastern Kentucky University about the death of one of their football players.
A rock slide damages an Eastern Kentucky Walmart, forcing it to close for repairs when managers hope to reopen the store.
WKYT investigates how a roadside test could help state police catch people driving while high on drugs.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening to you. His teammates say they have lost a brother. Tonight, EKU football coaches and players are remembering a defensive lineman killed in a crash.
Investigators say that 19-year-old Joseph Kramer died over the weekend. They say an off-duty firefighter found a crashed car with Kramer inside along Tates Creek Road in Madison County. Today, Kristen Kennedy talked to EKU coaches and players about Kramer as the team prepares to play UK Saturday night. It's our top story at 6.
A college coach's weekly meeting with the media isn't usually this emotional. But EKU coach Dean Hood had to tell his men one of their fellow players wasn't returning to the field. The Colonels lost redshirt freshman defensive lineman Joey Kramer Sunday in a single-car wreck.
He was a team above self guy, and he was a tireless worker, and he loved the game of football, and that was evident as we were recruiting him.
Quarterback Benny Coney called Kramer a brother.
He's one of those guys that came positive mindset every day. So I think he'll want us to just keep working hard and play through him.
EKU will play the University of Kentucky Saturday. Kentucky will honor Kramer during the playing of My Old Kentucky Home.
I'd like to send my condolences to Coach Hood in Eastern Kentucky. Hearing about that tragedy, it's sad for all of us. I just feel for them and their program.
That's first class, and really appreciate that.
Coach Hood says Kramer transferred this year from UTEP, the University of Texas El Paso, to be closer to home. The Colonels will play Saturday for their brother Kramer. In Richmond, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Kramer grew up in Kettering, Ohio, which is just outside of Dayton. New tonight, investigators have identified a man found dead at his Pulaski County home last week. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office now says the man was Edward Van Wormer. He was reported missing days before he was found dead. Investigators say he was shot to death. Police in North Carolina later arrested Van Wormer's son, Jedediah Van Wormer, and Amanda Braddock in connection to this case.
New tonight, workers at a Lexington business have a mess to clean up after an SUV crashed into the building. It happened this afternoon at Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment on Winchester Road. Firefighters say the driver of the SUV accidentally accelerated forward instead of going in reverse. They say she recently had handicap controls installed in the SUV. The manager of the store says although no one was hurt, it was still a close call.
We were thankful we had just walked around the corner because we were just showing a snowblower right in front of where it happens. Thank God we had come around the corner. So the main thing is everybody's okay. I mean, yeah, it's material stuff. It can be replaced.
Firefighters determined the building is structurally safe and the business should be able to reopen soon.
New tonight, Southern Middle School sending home letters to parents after Fayette County school leaders say a student brought pocket knives to school. They say the 6th grade student had 2 pocket knives on campus this morning. School leaders say an investigation found the student had no intention of hurting anyone and that he had simply made a poor choice by bringing the knives to school. School leaders took the knives away. They say disciplinary action will be taken against that student.
For the second week in a row, students in Bath County are dealing with a tragic crash. Today, Bath County High School brought in grief counselors, pastors, even therapy dogs to help them deal with the death of Waylon Doherty. The 15-year-old sophomore was killed in a crash Friday, less than a week after a crash critically injured 16-year-old Aaron Williams. Principal Paul Prater says they're doing all they can to help students cope.
We've been trying to be very sensitive about what our kids need and how much time they need to grieve, and then we've slowly tried to get them back into the classroom. Of course, I've instructed all the teachers that we're not having a normal day, so to speak, in the classroom.
As for Aaron Williams, he remains in critical condition at UK Hospital. Doherty will be buried tomorrow afternoon in Nicholasville.
You'll need to keep the umbrella handy this week. Looks like more rain is heading our way into the bluegrass. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at a wet forecast.
Yeah, a lot of folks are already getting in on it. At least some scattered stuff into parts of southern Kentucky. Our flow coming right out of the Gulf of Mexico. So if you were outside today and you're thinking, boy, it feels a little on the humid side, you know what? You're exactly right. Humidities are up. A lot of clouds that are increasing. 79 here at the station. Humidity 68%. By the way, winds are out of the east and eventually the south over the next 24 hours. Defender tracking some showers and just seeing the first bolt of lightning coming out of southeastern Kentucky. Little thunderstorm has popped up just to the south of the National Weather Service office here in Jackson, and that is a slow mover and it's a sign of things to come. Maybe a sprinkle around parts of Estill County into Madison County, a little bit of light rain from Knox County into Whitley County, and some additional showers are beginning to gear up to our west and southwest. And watch the flow coming right out of the Gulf of Mexico, and you're going to see the radar really begin to blossom with some showers and storms over the next 24 hours. So heavier rains will move in, especially as we go into the second half of tomorrow. Threat for some thunder, getting that now into at least one little corner of the state. Chilly air blows into that 7-day forecast. Coolest air, coldest air by far of the young fall season. When I come back in a few minutes.
Tonight, a Breathitt County Walmart is still closed because of a rock slide damaged the building.
And it could be a few more days before the Jackson Walmart can reopen. Officer Don shot this video of the rock slide from Sky First this afternoon. Rocks crashed into the back of the store around midnight, just as the store was closing for the night. Sean Moody went to Jackson today. He has an update on the cleanup efforts.
All day long, people have been showing up here at Walmart trying to go in to get what they need, but finding out they can't get inside. That rock slide has closed the store for at least a few days, but they're adapting as best they can.
The Walmart sits right up against a cliffside. It's a pretty spot until something like this happens.
I mean, I've never thought that the mountain would actually come off and go through Walmart's.
Joseph Holland stopped by to pick up a couple of things.
I got my paycheck cash today and going to do a little bit of shopping. Next thing I know, this right here happens.
No shopping for him today. The slide happened around midnight. There were some employees inside, but police say no one was hurt. The store will be closed while crews clean up and repair.
I hope it opens soon because it's about the only shopping center we got here besides Hazard, and I really don't feel like driving to Hazard right now.
It's an inconvenience for Joseph, but it's a little more serious for Ira Southwood.
Yeah, I gotta have my medicine, yeah.
Ira's in luck. Walmart is filling prescriptions for customers while the store is being repaired. Joseph's just trying to keep a sense of humor about the whole thing.
Well, at least now Walmart's got a drive-through.
Now, all that rock won't go to waste. The police chief said the state highway department should be able to use it. In Breathitt County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Police said the area has had a lot of rain recently. They think that contributed to the slide.
Police called a growing problem in Kentucky. Drivers high on drugs while behind the wheel. A WKYT investigation first looked into the issue last spring, and now some state police posts are trying out a roadside drug test designed to stop drugged driving. Investigative reporter Miranda Combs has the update.
We first told you about it back in April.
Oh, daily. I mean, it's daily.
The police chief in Williamsburg couldn't remember the last time he'd pulled over someone for alcohol intoxication.
Alcohol DUIs are almost non-existent here. I mean, everything we deal with is drug-related DUIs.
I've had officers tell me I long for the days of just an old drunk behind the wheel.
Van Ingram with Kentucky's Office of Drug Control Policy says Williamsburg is not alone. He says especially in communities in southeastern and eastern Kentucky, drug DUIs are surpassing alcohol.
An officer needs to know at that time what he's dealing with.
I've seen it myself to where they have literally passed out in the drive-thru of a restaurant.
Trooper Jonathan Hall works overnight patrol for Kentucky State Police in Madison County. His post is one of a few selected to pilot drug DUI kits in the state. Trooper Hall says the kits right now are used voluntarily after suspected drug DUI arrests.
Well, I think it speaks volumes as to how much it is increasing each year as far as DUI drug-related collisions, as well as which of those have led to injuries and of sometimes fatalities.
All these different drugs, it's better to identify them as early on.
Ingram says the more tools available to the officer at the side of the road, the better.
With alcohol, from my generation, we were very familiar with the impairment and what to expect. With so many substances out there now, and so many substances available, causing different reactions in different people, it's really a different ballgame.
A dangerous one for all involved. In Frankfort, Miranda Combs, WKYT.
A Louisville defense attorney told the Associated Press the drug DUI kits could lead to invasive searches or give police officers false pretense for arrests. We have a sad update tonight on a Lexington woman whose dying wish was to see her beloved horse one last time. We have learned that 49-year-old Lisa Beach died yesterday at Hospice Care Center in Lexington. As we first told you last week and showed you, Beach had been diagnosed with terminal cancer, but her daughter arranged to bring Beach's Appaloosa horse named Jake to St. Joseph Hospital so that she could see him. A celebration of life will be held for Beach on Thursday afternoon at 2 at Clark Legacy Center in Brandon Crossing.
As he wrapped up his visit to the United States, Pope Francis indirectly weighed in on marriage licenses and Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis. On his flight back to the Vatican, the Pope was asked about issuing marriage licenses to same-sex couples. The Pope said he couldn't talk about specific cases, but he did say government officials have a, quote, human right to refuse to issue marriage licenses if they feel it violates their conscience. Davis has cited her religious beliefs for not wanting to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples.